the same.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I cut off Mr. Tom is trying to say something when he knows that the camera is going on, the lights are going to be shining. But anyways, here we are. It is the road trip. I've got my man, Mr. Tom, got my man, Sammy G in the house. Quick or long intro, depending on how you look at it. But we'll be right back.
DWTT coming to you from the Emirates.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I told him we're gonna have a kind of a long intro. It put Mr. Tom to sleep. You can see the top of his head now, like a landing strip. You know.
Sorry, I thought it was. Sorry, what? I thought it was. Is it 1942 again?
Sam's got the glasses on, man. I don't know what that is. He's going like speed skating or something like that. I don't know what he's doing.
Gary, don't talk to me like that. I'm Jackie boy.
You're Jackie boy. All right, there you go, people. We're gonna say hello to VX Gunners in the house. Welcome. Yes, the long intro.
Don't you dare talk to Hollywood royalty like that, Gary. I'll bury you at Mulholland Drive.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we lost Tom on that long intro.
I was told this road trip was good. Good.
It is. It is good. It is good.
I
just have my intro. He grew a full head of hair during that intro. There you go.
Hello, Mr. Tom. How are you doing? Have you made any movies?
None that are available for public consumption.
You do those kind of movies.
Oh,
right, okay.
You know what? I'm fine if I miss out on those. I'm sorry. I'm saying it right here. If I miss out on those videos, I'm all right.
You might have seen me in movies like Chinatown and Witches of Eastwick.
Oh,
You might have seen me in, I did The Departed with Matt Damon.
Anger Management.
And Anger Management with that comedian who's not very good, Adam Sandler. And but today I'm on the road trip with Gary and Tom. I was told you guys know what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Don't know who told you that.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll do not quick, but we'll start it off with some World Cup women's soccer scores.
Can you do another intro, please?
You want another intro?
Women play soccer?
I could do another intro where you want to go to sleep.
A little
let me see if I can find a short one. Oh, here's a short one. Here's a short one. Short one, ready?
Another 45-minute one.
No. We'll go shorter.
This is DWTT
Look who also has joined us. We got Russ Morgan has joined us. So I think we got Jack. Jack is with us today, folks.
Tell you what,
you can. I believe you can see him. If this is the same Jack, I think you can see him on the sidelines of the LA Lakers games.
Yeah, I was at the Staples Center the other day. I touched one of the cheerleaders. She was lovely. She was nice.
That's not what I meant.
I watched that documentary. I watched the LA Lakers documentary on Disney Plus, and Disney Plus. Yeah. Anyway, it was good. Jack Nicholson was in it. Of
course, I was in it.
Yeah. Of course you was. He's one of their super fans.
I'm the best. I'm the best fan.
I mean, you weren't coherent enough to be spoken to in the documentary, but they showed you.
So I have some off days. We all have our off days.
Yeah.
It's true. Sometimes it gets a bit too much. Wake up in the morning, 5 bottles of vodka.
It's stressful. It must be not knowing whether you can handle 4 bottles of vodka or 5 bottles of vodka. And that's mainly your day. I mean,
there's a fine line between 4 and 5.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it real quick. Let's go with some scores real quick. We'll start the day off. Sweden beat Italy 5-0. 2 goals from one of the Arsenal forwards, future forwards, anyways. Very good. Then I did see. I don't know if you guys saw it. Brazil and France.
I did see a bit of it.
Yeah, France was able to score late in that one to go up 2-1 and take the lead in the group. And then the next game that came up was Jamaica and Panama. Surprise, Jamaica wins and is now in control of their fate. They play.
Did Jamaica at any time get in a bobsled?
I don't know about that stuff. But being serious, if Jamaica ties with Brazil, they are into the knockout rounds. Brazil has to win.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen in that game?
What?
When they're lining up and doing the handshake, right? The captain of Brazil is going to turn around and go, "Nobody wants you here, Jamaica."
I love Jamaica. It's one of my favorite places.
I've got nothing against Jamaica, but I'm just saying that's what's going to be said if we follow the script of Cool Runnings.
There you go. No, so that was like I said, it was an entertaining.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, Lando Norris. He drives for McLaren in Formula One.
Oh yeah, what do you have to say, Jack?
He's saying, say hello to Mr. Tom for me. I see he spends a lot of time in that wind tunnel.
Yeah.
So,
but he's got a lot of drag now, so I'm not sure if it works.
I have to congratulate you on all that time you spent in the wind tunnel. Dedicated.
Also joining the show, we've got Ray. Ray says Jamaica got a soccer
voice of
team.
raisins.
Damn right.
Did you know Ray has a show?
For those who didn't know, Arsenal Fan Circle. I heard it's pretty cool. Got some cool guests or co-hosts, whatever they call them.
Cooler on the weeks where Gary's not on it, but wait, what? Sorry, did I say the quiet part out loud? And
I think you said that. Can you repeat that quiet part out loud again?
No, because I know you're gonna boot me out, ain't you? And you can't. How can I push my evil agenda if I'm in the back room?
Yeah.
I'm joking. Gary is a satisfactory part of the show.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hey Tom, have you had any fortune cookies lately?
Yeah, usually I get the ones that say "stick with your wife," which is really handy because then all I need to do is just find a wife.
Step by step, Tom, you'll get there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Maybe. If I can break time from the 9,000 shows I do a week.
True.
Not really. I'm on about 3.
Well, I haven't talked to all of you guys. I don't think I've talked to either of you since Arsenal played there last. I know Leeds have played too, but
all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
There you go. Arsenal beat Barcelona 5-3.
Did you win 5-3 in the end?
We won 5-3. Yeah.
I went to bed at 3-2. I think it was.
Yeah. 1-5-3, and I think like most of the goals you've given up this preseason have all been mistaken. I know show me a goal. I'll show you a mistake, but these were pretty poor mistakes from Arsenal. So not the same. But yeah, 5-3.
And Xavi was crying. We like that.
Yeah, he was crying, even though his men were doing the exact same thing as what he was complaining we were doing. So I don't know. There's like that one big foul they put on Jesus, and it's like, that's your guy, Xavi. That's your guy. All right. Yeah. First world problems, Tom. We wouldn't know. 5-3 win is correct.
I'm very first worldy.
You're very.
When was the last time you won a game 5-3 with Leeds? Was that back when they were pterodactyls flying about?
That's actually a great question. I'm going to type Leeds 5-3, and we'll see what Google tells me.
I thought you had a friend. I thought you had a friend in the business of intelligence that could probably help you out with that.
Hang on, actually, Leeds under 21 beat Tranmere over
No.
14.
That's not what he said. That is not what he asked. That's not what he asked. Stop right there. Move on.
Oh, hang on.
He didn't ask if Leeds team that wears Leeds.
Leeds United beat Middlesbrough 5-3 on December 25th, 1937.
Hey.
So almost 100 years ago.
Almost 100 years ago.
Nearly worth a little celebration. Nearly.
Come on.
He's going after you, I guess.
Celebrate scoring 5 goals. It only happens once every 100 years.
That's lies.
You know what? On that note, there's a new channel on the horizon. I think it's called We Are All Leeds. I think that's what it's called.
It's not what it's called. It's called We All Love Leeds. That goes with the chant that we chant until the other team scores.
We all love Leeds. There you go.
Yeah.
You should check it out. They've got
Even the people that don't.
2 people who I think like the Leeds team talking about it. I think Mr. Tom might have got a guest. You might be a guest on the show.
Yeah. Go on, Gary. Go on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Thanks for that, Gary. Oh no, Sam's here.
Oh, look who's there.
Sam Greenwood's here. When did you crawl in?
We lost Jack, and now we've got Sam. Sam, get the other guy back.
What? What's somewhere?
Mark, welcome to the show. Arsenal fades every year.
Arsenal fades every year. Well, that's just plain wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
I mean, that doesn't even stand up to logic, does it?
And Wolves start the season fading, and then it gets worse.
It stood up to logic for the last 19 years, though, hasn't it?
What has?
Fading.
Arsenal fading.
Hey, no, you just can't get upset, man. You just can't get upset because I'll sit in, I'll take all the slacking from you. Yeah, slacking.
So our fading is second place, and your fading is relegation. Is that what you're saying?
Leeds got relegated. Tell us I don't fucking know, Superman. But
Chris, next, welcome to the show.
Big up, Chris.
I don't know. It was.
Well, if we're fading, coming in second place.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you fucking dismantling then?
Oh no, we're falling, all right, free falling, yeah. Fine.
Okay.
This is a song. This is a song.
It's our job.
Free falling.
Stop it.
Don't get it.
You fucking arrogant Arsenal pricks, all of you. All right.
Oh, here we go. If missing first or fourth counts, there you go. And Mark's got his 1 cent.
Oh, boys, they're
place in the league. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've always liked Spawny Mark, especially when he's like...
That guy knows nothing. He knows nothing about whatever he's talking about.
It's not true. He knows some stuff.
He knows his name, I think. I'm guessing.
Nah. Keep it coming, Mark, yeah? Because they will gang up on me otherwise. I mean, I'm fine with that because I still swat them away. But
there you are as a grown man, all shaved like G.I. Joe with a Hulkamania shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll do it again. after I've washed it.
And he's got his dolls in his mug and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Which BX Gunner sent me. So
and a toy duck as his friend.
You can have more than one friend, even if one was a toy duck.
Yeah, Spencer, I didn't see the quote, but I assume he basically said anything that was done before I got here was crap. I assume that's what he said. I'm just embellishing. But he better actually do right by the team. We'll see. What's that?
You may have issues with me and my football team, but never pick on Cyril. Never pick on Cyril the Duck.
Hey, you keep bringing up stuff. He has to join in.
Nah. Cyril's a good lad, and he's got nothing but respect for the institution that is Arsenal.
Yeah.
It'd be really upset if
by Mr. Tom's logic, United should have won the last 5 Premier Leagues because they faded.
Yeah, they should have probably. Could they've spent billion, so they probably should have.
And nobody's on your team today. Russ has confirmed it. We're all going after you and your aerodynamic head, which I think has a lot of drag on it right now.
Oh, we're getting all physics, are we?
Yes.
Fucking Gary's a scientist all of a sudden.
Tommy wearing yellow so it attracts birds. Yeah, it attracts the birds. They just poop on his head. And it slides off, right, because of the aerodynamics. It's just like the wind, bloop, and it falls right off. It doesn't even stick.
He's got a...
Outrageous.
You got an aerodynamics coefficient.
Just jokes, Mark. We're just joking with you.
Got an aerodynamics coefficient to just, soup up all that poop.
So did Leeds have a game Did Leeds have a game? Did you score? I heard something about Bamford maybe did something like miraculous, something amazing, something he's not done in a very long time.
Set the scene. Gary, unleash the banner.
What he wants to see? Look, yes, you see it, all right. But I didn't go. I usually wear a hat. Oh no! Can't do that just yet. Wait a second. What are you doing? You got to give me a heads up on this.
I told you to unleash the banner.
We haven't had one of these in a while, people.
It was a cold and balmy Thursday night in Burton, where Leeds United were playing Nottingham Forest. In Burton, not Nottingham Forest. Why ruin your own pitch when you can ruin a lower league team's pitch? Anyway, so the game was time Ray out. Outrageous. He's not even a real sergeant. Didn't do a day in the military. He might have done a day in the military.
28 goals in the championship. There you go. You got your striker back, as they say.
If he did, I'd eat my own arse with a spoon.
Oh, people, grab your spoons. Grab your spoons. Everybody, grab your spoons. Hey, I think Bamford heard that. Get to eating, man. Hope you're hungry.
I'll have to be if that happens. Right, anyway. So, on this cold... No, sorry, it's not cold, is it? It's July. On this balmy July night in Burton. The two teams, two warriors of Nottingham Forest and Leeds United, battling it out in this meaningless pre-season friendly. To win, Colwill decided to... I think it was Colwill. I don't know, played for Nottingham Forest. Decided to do a suicidal back pass, to which even Patrick Bamford could not miss from. He ran onto it. He faked out the goalkeeper by jinking to the right, and then he planted it in the net while the goalkeeper was like, I'm going to pretend I've broke my ankles to try and deflect some shame that Patrick Bamford scored past me. And then Leeds went on to score another goal through Ian Pervader. Yeah, that's a name of a human being. And he plays for Leeds United. And, and Leeds United won 2-0 at Burton. It was the Brian Clough Trophy, but wasn't. Did
Ampadu play?
Sorry?
Did Ampadu play?
He did. He's got this interesting thing about him where he's basically not got the stink of the previous season on him. So golden at the moment.
Did he sing my song?
Leeds have also signed another player, Cole Darlow from Newcastle. Goalkeeper.
Darlow.
Goalkeeper. Allegedly, I don't believe this is true. Allegedly, it was like Newcastle were like, "Oh, we want 5 million for him," and it was like, "No, you don't. He's your 4th choice goalkeeper, and he's 32. You ain't getting 5 million. We'll give you 400,000, and you'll fucking like it." I don't know whether they liked it or not. I mean, they didn't really need the 400,000. I mean, that's 400,000 they could just offset for a week of someone's wages on FFP, I'm guessing. But then again, if they really did need money for FFP, they just get their owner, or Mohammed bin Mohammed, or whatever his name is, to be like, basically, "Oh, do you want to buy we'll buy one of your players for, how much money do you need to buy Ishak? Oh, we'll buy one of your players for 75 million. Oh, thank you very much." Owner to owner are the same person talking in a mirror. And that's how they're going to get around FFP. Just like when Man City sponsor themselves to the tune of whatever money they need that year. And you know that's true. Right. And you know that's probably true.
Well, that's your tactics truck.
Yeah, but can I answer Mark's question?
No, you can't.
All right, I'm going to do it anyway. But so our lead selling Meslier. I believe we want to. The problem is, I don't think there's a market out there where Premier League teams are looking to buy a goalkeeper that conceded 150 goals in 2 years. So him sitting there being all like, "Oh, I hope Chelsea come in," allegedly. "Oh, I'm quite liking Chelsea's." Like, they want you to prevent goals, not what you'll end up doing if you go there. And people go, "Why are you turning on Meslier so quickly?" I was very generous. I kept my mouth shut when Newcastle beat him with a 35-yard free kick at the near post. He gets beaten at the near post far too much for a 6'3" or whatever he is goalkeeper.
He's just not a good goalkeeper, is he?
But then people are like, "Oh, you don't get in the France under-21 team if you shit." I'm like, name me another French goalkeeper that's under-20.
Yeah, true.
Welcome to the show.
Anyway.
Show. Yes. That was a tactic truck. That was a very long time of us talking about Leeds. I should have fell asleep when I was about to.
And it'll be the most fun you have in the next hour and a half, clearly.
We'll see. 2 penalties. There you go. We got our Bamford back. You got to stay in the championship for that, huh?
He's championship level, obviously, isn't he? So he does all right in the championship.
Yeah. There you go. As Spencer says, just sell him to a Saudi club. I have a 90 rated Meslier on FIFA. He's unreal. Amazing shots. Yeah, maybe you should go. Maybe you should go play for FIFA.
So it's a shame the 49ers don't own a MLS team that we can just siphon money between.
There you go. Anders, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You got a question here that for the
Hej Anders, hur är läget? Hur mår ni bra?
Oh, whatever. What do you say? I don't know what you just said. I need translation. What'd you say?
I said Gary's ugly and Tom's a twat.
Got it. Makes sense.
Not a lie, is it? Sorry, Gary. More acknowledging that I'm a twat.
Yes. All right. Here's a question from Mark. Have Arsenal addressed their problems this offseason, and are they done spending? Do you want me to answer that? Well, you got it?
I can answer it.
Have addressed their problems this offseason. Have they done? No. I think mostly yes, the first part. I don't think we've got too much to do, to be honest. I think we're in a pretty good spot. Not perfect, but pretty good. And are we done spending? I don't think so. I think we'll see maybe one more transfer by the end of the window. I think we're going to try some selling now, get rid of some players and sort of get the squad into the shape we want for the season. But depending on who goes, we might see an extra player come in, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, I think we created a problem when we didn't really need to do that. I like to think there are more more answers to the question who replaces Xhaka than Havertz. I think that just created another question: is whether Havertz can play some good football with Arteta at the heel.
But you wasn't happy again with him versus Barcelona.
No, I'm just saying that's preseason, right? So we're gonna see like if it's the answer. It was an immediate question as soon as he got in. Yes, he's looked good in some games. We'll see how he does. Like, is he our starting 8? You know what I mean?
Might be Rice. We've got to see Rice. Maybe Rice will get a game there against Monaco.
Yeah. So I think that's why I'm saying it's still a question. I think Rice is an answer, right? I think Timber is an answer. Havertz is a question still. We don't know. Nobody knows how it's going to pan out. I like to think it will work out because Arteta he's like a horse whisperer. He'll talk some football into him, and he'll look good again. But I don't know what is this, Mr. Why is this Mr. Tom on this show?
It would
Why
be,
is he on this show?
It would genuinely be hilarious, right? Wouldn't it be the funniest thing if you got charged for FFP violations and actually like punished for it before Man City were? Like, do you think Twitter would actually explode?
Yes.
Well, it will because of the Arsenal effect, for sure. Will it mean anything? Absolutely not. We'll just have to take the punishment like everybody else, because they don't.
What if the punishment was 96 points?
Yeah. It's never going to be that, is it, Tom? You twat.
Yeah, you just said that said that we are part of the established few, so we pay for what we want, right?
Kind of.
So
we are part of the corrupt elite.
You are part of that, even though you talk like you're not when it suits you. But you are, because
I don't know. We'll see. They've
got. How's that? What are you eating there, Sam?
I'm enjoying what I'm eating.
What are you eating though? I didn't ask if you enjoyed it.
I like that answer. I'm gonna eat what I like, and I like it. Leave me alone.
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
I'm trying to find out. We're fucking asking you.
Well, you're not gonna fucking know.
I like that answer. I like it. That was a good one.
Oh, of course you do. Of course you do. You ask your elite, sticking together.
That's why you're at the bottom of it. That's why you're down there. I can't even see you. It's so far away. It's so dark in there. Turn the lights on. Come on.
No. Outrageous. I can't believe this. I can't believe I've turned up here on Saturday afternoon at 4. I was early today as well. Like I was so looking forward to this. I was like, it's going to be a lovely little conversation. We're going to discuss Shanghai Port FC's 5-0 win today.
Did they actually win?
Really happy.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought Sam would be really happy.
Oh,
and then instead, I'm getting to sit and watch Sam looking like fucking Leslie Grantham, eating his shit on webcam.
Yep, that's right, Tom. And you're going to like it, you little slag.
There you go.
I didn't say I hated it.
Hey, if Palace wants to buy it in Kenya for $5 million, I'm selling.
I'll drive him there myself.
I'm sorry, Kenny, but you got to go.
And I'll take this with me that Tom doesn't know what is.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you saw it again.
Oh, it looked like milk. No, sorry, not milk. White chocolate bar type thing. Milky Way.
Fucking hell, Tom, you missed your chance.
And is calling you a slag with a tiny bra. That's all I'm going to go. That's
Tom,
what I think.
Tom, you missed your chance at Scotland Yard, didn't you, becoming a detective?
I'm a phenomenal detective.
Yeah.
I've solved many crimes.
True.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to name any of them, but I've solved many crimes.
There you go. If Balogun and Eddie get sold, I'm okay with that.
I'm going to drive them both to wherever they want to go.
But I would rather keep Balogun if we had a choice, but it doesn't sound like we got a choice. So they both. I mean, I'll take them both gone. Balogun has more potential.
Yeah,
he has more potential. Whether or not it pans out, we don't know.
I don't like Balogun.
Why? Because you think he's got an attitude or something? What's up?
No, I just don't think he's good enough.
What we were going to spend similar money to go get a player worse than him.
I think we can sell Nketiah and Balogun.
Yeah.
And put a bit of extra money in and get a proper striker.
So we take that money and just drop it off at Brentford and say, let your man go?
The thing with Tony, he's got to be careful when a player that doesn't play for that long. You've got to be a bit careful about that.
He looked good in the Championship, and we all saw it. We all like, why don't we pick him up back then? Remember? I know we've talked about that.
Yeah. No, I'm just a bit worried about a player who hasn't played for so long. I'm a bit worried about that.
Your color keeps going in and out. I'm not sure if that's
because it's disco settings.
Oh, is it disco? You got the disco going?
Disco. No, it's just a crap camera. Fucking crap camera.
I see. Havertz for Xhaka made Arsenal less physical when you need to become so. You know what? I heard a show about this today, and yes, it makes us less physical in that position, but depending on who plays behind, be it Partey, be it Rice, be it Timber, depending on how you're looking at it, it might not matter. We have answers to solve the physical nature or the aggressive, the defensive, the lack of defense that we get with Havertz, which is good. We need answers to questions. How do we fix the defense that
Mark solved
Xhaka
your
gives
question
us?
here. No, solved it. Solved your issue right here.
Yeah, so I don't think Havertz as a defensive frailty issue is a problem. We got answers for that. We got answers for that. I don't see Havertz as a question if he bangs 10. No, he is a question because we don't know. I think we know Rice will give us what he gave us at West Ham. I don't want to see what we saw at Chelsea from Havertz, right? So that's the question. Can we not
so
see
far,
that?
we're not seeing that. So far, we're not. Havertz has played 3 games now.
Yeah.
Well, basically 3 games in an 8 position. He's had 1 pretty bad game and 2 decent games. So, yeah, it's still pre-season. We're still, got to see how he does. But does he have the ability to play in that position? Yes. I think Arteta has identified him as a good possible, player to adapt into that position because he's got all the qualities you need for that position. The only thing he's lacking is he's not really a defense. He's not really doesn't really have that defensive side of his game, but he's not supposed to in that position. He can still win a tackle. He can still intercept the ball. He's very good at winning the second ball. Like a rebound and stuff like that. And he's supposed to do that high up the pitch, in a high press. Because that's what I think Arteta wants to do. He wants to press high, win the ball high up. And that's what you're going to get from Havertz because he can press like that, just like Erdogan can on the other side. So, and Havertz is just, when you think of him, when he actually gets the ball, he just gives you so much more than what Xhaka had. Xhaka was decent with some of his passing, but with Havertz, you've got that vision. He can shoot. He can pass the ball on and, create a chance. Havertz a goal threat as well, as we've seen. He scored a decent goal against Barcelona. So, and another interesting aspect I noticed with Havertz that no one's really talked about, and that's he seems to address. I think tactically we might have looked at addressing the issue where we always seem to, when we cross the ball, when we get up into a crossing, position and opportunity. And we cross the ball, many times the ball sort of goes past everyone. And we see that if someone was at the back post or close to the back post, there's an opportunity there to get the ball and score or create something. Now, I've noticed that Havertz often takes up that position of the back post now. When we go into attack, he goes into that back post position. And he's scored 2 of his goals there from the back post already. So, I'm thinking going into this season, if he takes more of a role going into that back post, it could create a lot for us for, things that go into the box towards the back post. Quite an interesting sort of tweak to what we do in the box. But Havertz is more than enough of a good player to do what Xhaka was doing, in my opinion. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the aggressiveness and some of the defensive responsibilities that Xhaka had that people think are going to be could be missing from it, and having both Rice Havertz and Erdegaard trying to play that midfield together I believe it's a learning curve to get that right. I don't think
It's going to take a while.
Yeah.
It's going to take a few games, 5 to 10 games in the Premier League before it starts clicking properly. But if it does click properly, it's going to create a lot more, chances. We're going to be a lot more solid going forwards than we were last season.
Would you? I would rather it take us 10 to 20 games before it's clicking, in the sense that I don't want to start out the first 10 games thinking that's our midfield and then going with it regardless of whether it's working or not. I like to see it kind of like gradually move there, because it is definitely the future, but it doesn't have to be the start of this thing. You know what I mean? Like if having both Rice and Havertz playing together for me hinders us a little bit, I'd rather take our time moving that way.
The Monaco, I think the Monaco game now, the Emirates Cup, is going to be very interesting, because I think he's going to show us kind of where he thinks the team is at the moment in terms of his starting lineup. Unless we've got injuries, people he sort of wants to just rest, I think we'll pretty much see the lineup he wants to see in the Charity Shield and also in the first game of the season. It'll be. I know Declan Rice was out now with a tight calf. They were just, basically being, cautious with him. I think he's going to be able to play against Monaco. But where Rice plays against Monaco, I think that's going to be key to where Arteta sees him playing. If Rice gets Partey's spot in that 6 role, I think that's where he sees Partey playing. And if Havertz gets the 8 role again, I think that's where he sees Havertz playing. And I think that's where we're going to see the team try and, form a relationship, form a good collaboration going into the season. Because Rice, so far, we haven't really seen him in that 8 role. So unless he suddenly starts playing in the 8 role against Monaco, I don't think we're going to see him in the 8 role. I think we're going to see him in that 6 role, and he rotates. He's going to rotate the 6 role with Partey. That's what I think he's going to do.
Yeah, I kind of would like them to not do that too quickly. That's my
or
thought there.
if you're playing a very strong opponent,
Yep.
my thought would be you go to a double pivot.
Yep.
Where you bring the 8 more down to like a second 6. And that's where you can have Rice and Partey at the same time, with like an Erdegaard ahead of those 2.
Yep. I don't think we're ready.
I think that could be a good solution against a team that's got a very strong midfield you want to really try and stop.
Yep.
That's where I think you can sort of see those guys play at the same time.
Yeah. I mean,
any team that we're supposed to be on the front foot against and dominate, like Nottingham Forest, our first game of the season, that's, you're going to have a single pivot, a single 6, and most likely that will be Rice.
Yep. We're going to welcome Ryan to the show. He says hello to everyone. Yeah, I mean, that's why, like you said, we've got Rice and Partey, and if we do need to, which probably, some people are putting out I think it's the 8th and the 10th game of the season. I think one's United, the other one's the City match. Do we go with the future of that midfield, or do we go with more of a physical midfield with Partey in there to secure that middle? Because we have to, and like you said, we'll see it in the Monaco game, but we need to win in the Community Shield, for me, for the confidence going into the next time we play City. We can't be going in there. We need to see a win coming off the pitch, just for the mental aspects of it. Not because it means anything like more than that, but it's just like, hey, we went on a field against them and we walked off with a win. I don't care what it is. This will be,
No, I love it. I'd love to beat City, no matter what game it is. I'd love to beat City. My God, they're our nemesis, aren't they? I just would love to beat them.
Yeah. So we've got 2 goals in 4 preseason for Havertz. It's almost as good a start as you could get. No, it's perfect. You know what? It is a good one, but I always said I actually liked the way that Jesus' appearance for Arsenal went last season, and that's kind of was hoping for that more because of the noise. The noise gets shut up if he comes out like Jesus did for us last season, and the noise is still there now, but it and anything we say is just us with rose tinted glasses. You know what I mean? So that's kind of I wanted it more for him in the sense that it'll just quiet up all the haters. But the more he keeps scoring, we'll be fine, and I think we'll be fine. Especially as you say, he doesn't have to worry about the defensive responsibilities just yet, but his pressing and his performance around the goal will be really good. And we let this guy in. We all love Leeds. You ever heard of this, Mr. Sam? You ever heard of this channel? I don't know what the.
We got these Leeds fans slipping through the doors.
I know. I thought I put the locks up. I thought I gave only a few people the combo to get in, and they keep slipping through the back door. Somebody left the back door open. I want to know what team from the Antigua and Barbuda Premier League Mr. Tom supports. Sorry, we're gonna have to block that.
I've got an answer.
We're gonna have to block that group.
Right? No, I've got an answer. Thank you, person who wasn't myself writing the question. Okay. So I did my research, and I'll tell you what.
I hope so, because nobody has an answer for that.
No, the answer is it's Parham Football Club. Okay, last won the Antigua and Barbudan Premier League in 2015, and it's about time we got back on top, baby.
Wow. All right.
Is it Antigua and Bermuda?
Nope, I made that mistake. It's certainly not.
So there's a place called Barbuda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're together. It's one country. Well, that's two places.
Is that channel that you don't know anything about called We All Love Leeds? Do you think they do watch-alongs, and would you be able to partake in it if they do?
No, I'm watching the game by myself, like Sam does.
Oh, okay. So
to take in what I'm witnessing.
But it'll just be crap, won't it?
Why are you laughing when you say that? Like, you can't even say it with a straight face. Like,
I can't.
No, I'll tell you what. No. Let me be very clear when I say this. Cardiff can go fuck themselves. Okay? Let me be crystal clear.
I have a feeling you don't like that team for some reason. I don't know. Is it just me? Sam, are you getting a feeling maybe there's some he's just not into him? You're just not into Cardiff.
I just think he's had a bad experience in Wales.
All right, I got a question for you. This one is football related, maybe. All right, question for Mr. Tom. Have Leeds done anything in this window you find exciting?
Yes.
I need it done. Hey, I need it done in with a wrestling voice.
Right. Let me tell you something, brother. I was very excited when we went to the top of the mountain like we were some kind of real American hero, because then we got purchased by the 49ers and we actually have real American heroes, brah. And I was sitting there going, we got Ethan Ampadu for a good price. $7 million for a player who's played in the World Cup and played in the European Championships, brah. Exciting times, brah. But then we got an experienced goalkeeper, brah. Value everywhere, bro. But yeah, seriously, it's actually quite nice that we're actually getting discounted players instead of what we were doing before when we were like bidding against ourselves, where it was like, we'll give you 30 million for Dan James, even though he's your fifth choice striker and no one wants him.
The most important question, though, is have you sung the Ampadu song that I made up?
I can lie to you and say that I have.
Is that like the ABBA song?
No, I just made up a little song for Ampadu.
Made up one.
Made up.
I think that's why you was away. We did that on the road trip when he wasn't there.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that one. So Leeds versus Cardiff. Let's get Brownie on to Brownie. And I was thinking when he said it. Do you know something about Brownie that we don't? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think we know where Brownie is right now. So we just assume it is where it is, but his days probably watching football are slim. However, here's a question for you. We said Leeds stole Ampadu. So, yeah. That sounds like a man.
course it did. Of course it did. I may have incidentally touched cloth while delivering that.
Yes. Got a
One
question.
second.
I don't know if there's a question,
One
but
second.
what are you
No,
doing?
I didn't.
Oh
I was
no,
checking.
you know,
I was
no,
checking.
no, don't, no. This. Oh, all right. You're gonna have to nix that.
I have
Cut
responsibility to the show.
cut that from the video. All right, Habits will still need to do that defensive role when
I
you
want
are.
to see it for the next hour, next 45 minutes if I chat myself.
Okay. I really don't want to know what you got problems if that's where you're going. Yeah.
Of course, I've got problems. We've known that. We knew that 50 episodes ago. 51
Probably,
episodes
definitely true.
today.
51. Yeah, we are on 51. I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't know. Was
You
I on the
didn't.
show last time?
You was not.
Okay, so yeah, you guys mentioned that we hit 50. Thank you very much
Didn't even
for
turn
joining us
up
for
to your own
50.
milestone.
I did not even turn up. I had family stuff to do. Sorry. Actually, I didn't have family stuff to do. I was at a game. Leave me alone.
That's it. Was that a game?
I was meeting Ray.
You was watching Arsenal lose twice in one night.
I did lose them. Yeah, that was terrible. That sucked. That sucked. So Habits will still need to do that defensive role but when you're supported by Gabrielle, yeah, you're kind of okay. Habits, the defensive role that Xhaka did, I don't see Habits running back like Xhaka did that one time and stop a shot. So I'll take Havertz scoring 10 and 10 over whatever Xhaka gave us. So yeah, right about that one. Saliba, Timber, Rice, Partey, there it's better quality than you can make up defensive gaps for sure. I think Timber back there will help support that. I believe he's probably a little bit more quicker, definitely more defensively stout than Zinchenko. So there you go. Arsenal is a family. You're damn right. Mr. Ton don't know what that is. He's the lead supporter. Cause he's got problems. And as Big Gunner says, kindly smash that like and subscribe for those who are joining us for the first time or not. Hit it. What you got to say, Mr. Tom?
I've just got to cut more promos on all of you because you all deserve to have cut promos on. And you've still got the tactics truck thing at the bottom. Presentation, yeah. Gary. Come on now.
Oh, we moved on?
Professionalism.
Oh, yeah, it is over, isn't it? So we'll continue with this one for now. I don't know what we have. Nothing else here. So, yeah. Yep. All right. So we have 2 more games until the season. How many do you have, Mr. Tom?
I believe we play Hearts on Sunday. And then we are ready to go. Well, we're not. We're not ready to go. It's not true. Yeah, we play Hearts and Cardiff. But I believe majority of our business will be deadline day business.
I did see something about Tyler Adams. Maybe.
He's injured.
Well, I did see that he does have that rule that he can leave, but I guess they're saying that because he's injured, he'll just stay and he'll just be stuck with Leeds.
It will take a big risk for a team with his injury record to basically pay 20 million to release him from the contract while we can't play till September, mid-September, whatever it is. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying it's better for us, timing-wise, that may not be the case. Because obviously he was one of our better players in the Premier League. So of course you're going to want him in the Championship. Tommy's going to challenge for United States Championship. Yeah, probably I would. And you know what I'd do if I had that United States Championship belt? I would say you Americans will never ever win it back, and I'd refuse to defend it against Americans.
Cheater.
Yeah, basically.
See there.
I'd be like, I'd be holding up in front of you all going, you see this? You can't win this. You'll never see it again.
I
Apart
see.
from when I'm showing
I
it.
assume this Jeremy Kyle show is not a good one.
It's a show that is so bad it actually got banned off TV. It was basically Jerry Springer at 9 a.m.
Jerry Springer at 9 a.m. Oh, that's pretty
At 9
early.
a.m.
That's
So
crazy.
it was clean. So technically, there was no swearing, but they'd bleep it. But it was the same sort of basically trash went on there. I think it's fair. Is it fair to say, Sam?
Yes, I agree.
White trash.
Okay.
Very, very, very,
Yeah.
very. Yeah, just basically people.
Yeah,
screaming at
Arsenal is
each other.
just the most famous family out there. You guys all
So,
have the same family members in your team. You just don't like push them out to the masses like we do.
Cut a long story short on it.
Yeah.
Basically, one of the guests failed the lie detector test, even though he was certain that he hadn't lied, and then killed himself.
Oh, no, doesn't sound
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think that's when the show pretty much stopped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bamford's injury history is not good. That's why you can't sell him. He won't last the whole season for you.
The real reason I actually think Patrick Bamford's hard to sell on, if we're serious about it, is he's probably on a large contract, and with his reputation, let's say, no one's gonna want to take that on. I'd imagine, because he's on a big wage for a championship club, and it's Patrick Bamford. I mean,
True. Yeah, I think we have something over here called Maury, also similar. Not at the Jerry Springer level, but Maury's Maury's still just below that in terms of like shock value.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just finding out I weren't the father.
Hallelujah.
My favourite one.
I was checking to see if there are any scores today.
And, but he was on a high wage in the championship, which then got bumped up in the Premiership, which then he got a new contract in the Premiership, which probably means he's now on higher wages than when he was originally in the Championship. Is more my point.
Yeah, halftime scores in the Austria Bundesliga. Harzburg is up 1-0 in Austria. Lustenau. Tirol at home is down 1-0 or 0-1 to A. Klagenfurt. WAC, WAC, is up 1-0 on BW Linz. So there you go. The Austria Bundesliga.
Did you see Hibernian lost to that Andorra team?
Oh,
they lost to an Andorran team.
They lost to an Andorran team, like a semi-professional, well, basically amateur team.
Yeah,
in
I think it's Escalades. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
the fans were mental.
we give all the scores here, man. And when we got the Shanghai.
The fans, the Hibs fans were mental. They actually, they had
they're right to be
security.
upset.
Yeah.
Andorran club football is lower than it'd be like the 10th tier in England. Right, roughly.
Here's one. Everton is drawing to Stoke right now, so.
And it was a proper game. It was a proper game. It was a qualifier for
Conference League.
The Conference League.
Wow. Yeah. So Andorra is not that bad then if you're trying to compete to go into the Conference League.
Well, no, because they're a UEFA registered nation, they have to get spots for European competition, but they never win past the qualifying round type thing. Same as like Liechtenstein as a team. And things like that. But they've lost to the equivalent of an amateur football team.
Damn. What team again is that?
It was. Excuse me. Interclub de Escaldes.
Oh man, that's a lot of words.
Yeah.
That's
So-
poor. That is poor. That is poor.
Also of note in the European qualifying rounds. Sorry, let me try and find it. Linfield of Northern Ireland. Linfield, who have won the Northern Irish Premier League. I believe they said like 58 times, something like that. They did not do well either. It was because they're usually in qualifying for the Champions League, and then not do well in that, and then drop into the like Europa League or whatever. And I know they did not do well in European qualification on. They lost 5-2 at home to Pognon Szczecin.
Yeah. Yeah, but I see your
5-2
question there.
at home.
Yeah, there, Ryan. I guess I also had there's something before we get to that one, Ryan. You saw that FFP is a thing, or maybe it's not. Juventus has got punished. They can't play in the Conference League, which probably is not a big deal for them. And Chelsea also got fined for FFP. I guess
So can I
following the rules
just
there.
quickly throw out one more thing, Gary? I promise. This it'll make me feel a lot better.
It'll make
I'd
you
like
feel
to
better.
congratulate Weston. I'd like to congratulate Weston McKennie on being banned from Juventus's training.
Banned already? Didn't he just get there?
They basically want nothing. They want him gone. They must have seen him play for Leeds for 6 months and like, we don't want that fucking bad. I can't believe we negotiated to buy him for 36 million, and now Juventus don't even want him.
What did he do then?
Tried to play football, I'd
Oh,
imagine.
Isn't it off field? They don't want to get rid of him for off field or anything off field.
I'm willing to believe he's turned back up in worse shape than when he actually joined Leeds. That's what I suspect. Right?
Yeah.
Good.
But and that's not my opinion. I've read multiple places, like basically he's not welcome back there until he's gone, sort of thing.
Wow. What did you guys do to him?
Wow.
So that lead
What did
stink.
we do to him?
That lead stink. Ugh. You just can't get it off. It's
I was
that
upset
strong.
that it took. I want to know what happened in training, right? For us to take about 4 months to go, he's got a long throw on him. Has he? And then we started unleashing the long throw. I was like, where the fuck was this in February?
Good.
The goal Rodrigo scored off it was quite saucy. But again, Rodrigo's gone as well. So, fuck him.
There you go. All right. But before we get out of here, we got a couple of things. The FFP, Chelsea for 7 years, breaking the rules. I think it was it a £10 million fine or something ridiculous like that.
What's the point of that?
So they're really the team just spent 600 mil. Imagine what their account is going to look like for that, if they, so.
This is a mockery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's as they say, it's like the police with no power. Basically, we're gonna keep crime down, but we're not. So we're just gonna act like we are. And,
I think that begs a more important question towards UEFA, which would be, all right, you fine Chelsea £10 million, you're now in possession of £10 million. What's that being spent on?
Should be
Because
being
in
spent
theory,
on.
that should be spent on like grassroots football or something to benefit football. What it will
Hookers and
actually be
booze.
spent on? Yeah, it will actually be spent on Christmas party and
Escorts.
bonuses. Sorry, they call it bonuses. Like for the high-ranking executives, like the dividend has paid out beautifully this year. Like fucking should have, because you're holding 10 million quid. Corrupt.
Yeah, rules for thee, not for me, definitely. And Mark, Chelsea spent as much money in the last year as we spent since Arteta's been around. So I don't believe your numbers are right.
Boats and Hoes.
Boats and Hoes.
I don't
Boats
believe
and
your
Hoes.
numbers are right.
That's a good film. It's Step Brothers for anyone who doesn't know. It's a good film.
Yes.
I don't know.
Sorry. to be fair though, partly the reason it would be the same money is because of that 5 or 4 years, 2 years of it was transfer ban. Chelsea couldn't buy anybody, so then they more than made up for it.
But they spent the same amount in 1 year as we spent in the 4 years. So once again, I don't get the comparison that is spent nearly the same.
Because you just said they spent nearly the same. You literally that sentence.
So
came out
you're
of your
saying
mouth.
they didn't spend in the other year when they spent?
They couldn't spend during the transfer ban.
You just said
ban,
2
Gary.
years. We're just.
It's the transfer
How can a
ban.
comparison be for 4 years? You tell me 2 years they didn't spend
Mark
anything.
said 5 years. Originally said 5 years. So from 2019 to 2021, I believe, they had a 2-year transfer ban. I don't care that he changed it to 4 years. I'm just saying that they had a transfer ban for 2 years. So they couldn't buy it.
Yeah.
That's why they started bringing through Mason Mount and all them, because they had to.
So the difference between the two teams is 200K. All right.
These are not my opinions, Gary. This is facts.
I don't like your talking. That's probably what it is. Maybe that's just what it is. I just don't like you talking.
He don't like my facts. Facts. Your
I
facts
guess you're
suck
right,
because
Mark.
they're
You're
coming out of
always
your
right.
face.
200K, that's the difference? Damn. Damn. FFP also is based on the revenue generate.
Yeah. I mean, you have spent 170 million on 2 players, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that would be true.
I hear you.
And you bought Pepe.
And
So that's 250 million on 3 footballers.
Pepe was a few years ago now.
Yeah.
It was admittedly, but it's not like all your players are like bargain basement, like, oh, we're going to spend a crafty 4 million here, or we got him at a snip at 19. Like, no, you open the checkbook.
Yep.
Yeah, our
And
team
you
did
have
it.
to,
More
because
money.
if you don't, half your fan base complains. So,
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't listen to the coach. They should have listened to the coach.
you know, FFP's app is based on the only things that don't count in FFP are when you buy youth team players or academy players, and when you spend money on infrastructure for your club. Like if you're spending money on your stadium, that don't count for FFP. They want you to do that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically first team players and the salary that is FFP.
Yeah, Pepe, and as Russ says, Pepe needs more time, so maybe. And you know why? Because Arteta said he wants Havertz. That's why. What Arteta says he gets.
Mounts.
I don't think
player.
I don't think it's ever mattered about how much for Arsenal. It's mattered, do they want the player or not? As far as I'm concerned, if they want the player, they go out and get him. We've seen them do it. I mean, they spent 50 on White. He wasn't even for sale. So if they want to buy a player, they'll just buy a player.
I read that Chelsea have had an £80 million bid rejected for Caicedo.
Yep.
Yep.
That's great.
Brighton are playing dangerous with this. Like,
well, you know what? As people have said, it's all on Caicedo for signing a contract where he has no control anymore.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And he's screwed himself over. So either just play some football and then don't re-sign, and then get back your control, or put up a fuss to where they're gonna have to do the same thing that happened to Trossard, right? Eventually, you're just gonna have to say you're out of practice, and next thing you know what, we're just gonna have to get rid of you anyways. So he has a choice: play some football or be a problem. Be a problem. Arsenal don't pay Temu prices for players. We sell them for Temu prices. I don't think Temu's that good, is he? So we do have a question here, and this is probably I did see this. They showed a statue being lowered onto the grounds at the Emirates. No surprise. Wenger.
Do you think he deserves one?
Does he deserve one? I think he deserves one. But yes, you can say there are others that deserve as well. Yes, you can say that. But yes, he deserves one. He's
Definitely.
one of the
I don't think there's
most
any question there.
one of the most successful managers Arsenal's had.
Oh
Right?
no, I think he does. I just wanted to see your reaction to me asking it.
No, every time somebody brings up his name, there's probably another 4 or 5, persons, coaches, and players that deserve it as well, right? Because Ian Wright, some people say should get it. Some people even say Bergkamp. What is it? George Graham, right?
George Graham's never going to get a statue.
Well, I know there's reasons behind it. Some people why they won't get it, right?
Brown paper bags.
But there are, he's at that level. He's basically Pete Rose, right? George Graham, probably one of the best to do it for his team, but just not going to get recognized because you screwed up pretty royally, as they say. So
I know who Pete Rose is.
There you go. Pete Rose.
He was in wrestling. He was at 3 WrestleManias in a row. That's how I know he is.
That's because he's not. That's because he's out of baseball.
He got beat up 3 years in a row. It was great.
There you go.
You needed money.
Yeah.
He clearly needed the money.
Yeah. He screwed himself. So
Russ Morgan, who beat up Pete Rose 3 years in a row.
That statue is Ronaldo like.
I know
is it? Man, the man's holding up he's holding up the trophy, right? The gold one. Wenger revolutionized not just Arsenal but English football as a whole. Yep. No, he definitely deserves it. There are others that probably deserve it, but I think, he's still active in football. Probably deserves to do it. I mean, I would have liked them.
Oh, go on. Sorry, Gary.
I was just gonna say I would have liked them to reveal it with him standing there, because they had the opportunity to do that, I believe. Before a game or something like that, just have him reveal it. I don't think they had to just do it like on a, what is it? What was it yesterday? On a Friday, basically. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this statue here, put it up, and then 4 days later, we're gonna actually, announce it publicly or formally to everyone. It's like kind of Arsenal does that, right? They tell you what's about to happen, it happens, and then 5 days later, oh, now it's official. It's like, no, dude, why can't you do it all at the same time? You know what I mean? So, yeah, free Pete Rose. I think as a baseball player, he should get in. I get the reason why he's not, but as a baseball player, he should get in. And all of that, because there's worse people doing stuff during baseball that are in. So there you go. He just did his after. He's a WWE Hall of Fame. Well, there you go.
He is, yeah. He really
there
is.
You go. There you go.
It's a real Hall of Fame. It has no building. It exists in Vince McMahon's brain.
There you go. In every box of Cheerios. Pete Rose, one of the best baseball hitters of all time. Yep, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
I'd like to say the way I think from stories I heard, the way that Arsene Wenger revolutionised English football is because he made football more professional, behind the scenes of football. An example that I think points to this, during the lockdown, in the place of Match of the Day, they aired basically a podcast, but the webcam version of it with Alan Shearer, Ian Wright, and Gary Lineker. And Ian Wright told the story of when the moment he knew he was going to get sold, was basically at the training ground, he brought in a scooter. And he basically started riding the scooter around the complex, and he crashed into Arsene Wenger. He went round the corner and bumped into him, and Arsene Wenger just looked at him like a disappointed dad and was basically like, Ian, I don't think that's very professional. And he knew he was gone. Because then Nicholas Anelka was being, and just whatever your opinion on Anelka or that, but he knew he was being replaced essentially. Yeah. And basically Arsene Wenger would be like, we're going to have training at Tuesday, and Ray Parlour would be like, but boss, that's our drinking day, because it was their day off, where they would then go and do their day down the pub. And Ian and Wenger basically went, okay, Ray, I will see you at training tomorrow, Tuesday. And that was it. Wenger killed the drinking culture at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And that filtered through to every other team.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about all the sports these days, all these athletes, I mean, the things that they put in their body are monitored, right? I mean, the best athletes don't have time for a cheeseburger, you know, or some ice cream. They don't have, or a bag of chips. They don't have time for that. And you know, the best athletes do that. I mean, I believe the Michael Jordans and probably LeBron James and probably Ronaldo's and all that play, and the Tom Brady's. They know exactly what goes in their body, and they know all that kind of stuff, and keeps them going for as long as they want to.
The food and everything. He brought in dietitians specialists, for all their food and everything, and it was thanks to that Tony Adams, Mark Keown, Ray Parler, all of those guys could. I mean, they said all of them got extra 2-3 seasons.
See you, Mark.
Out of that, if it wasn't for that, they would have retired earlier.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't know it was called the Tuesday Club, for example, but I knew of the story.
Yeah, no, you're bang on. Stops all that. He brought in dietitian. They had to eat special food, and they had to follow a strict diet, and it was completely different for them. They were used to, do fish and chips and baked beans and pie and mash and.
Yeah,
all of a sudden
I would have loved the Tuesday Club, for the record. It sounds amazing.
Well, that's what English football used to be like, that, didn't it? I mean, the lads used to get together and drink, and they used to have that drinking culture. But Wenger came in and changed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of discipline, and then it allows you to play the sport a lot differently when you're.
And it's the right thing to do as well, because he brought that in from the continent.
Mm-hmm.
They were already doing that at various places around Europe, and he had that culture in Japan as well, and he was just furthering that along, bringing that into to England, because if it wasn't going to be him, it was going to be someone else doing it later.
This will show how small the world is at the time. Alex Ferguson talked about Wenger as if he had come in from Timbuktu, because in the football world, no one knew anything about Japan other than the fact that Gary Lineker once played there.
Yeah, and
other than that, it was like, who's this guy that's just coming from Japan? He said so. I remember it specifically because of how derisorily he said Japan, as if like it was nothing. And in the scheme of football, it is, but that didn't mean Wenger didn't know what he was doing. We clearly knew what he was doing. And it must be understated, your team were a middling club when he walked through the door. Like you were mid-table side. Like, you'd been champions a few years before, but you had regressed to mid. And he was basically like, if you want to win something, Tuesday Club dies now.
Yeah, and as you said, he didn't really have to. There was no argument. You've lost your standing in the locker room as a manager if you have to repeat yourself. The way that conversation went, it was, this is what's happening on Tuesday. But I'll see you on Tuesday. Well,
the Tuesday Club was in his mind. Yeah, the implication is obviously you can do your Tuesday Club, but you won't be playing, and you will be sold to the earliest possible opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you do what I say and become a better footballer.
See, it's interesting hearing that, and then for me, I get it, going out to Tuesday Club, but also I would assume that also means that if you can't do it on the pitch, it would be the same kind of thought process, right? And late in the years, I know I just always why are we keeping some of these players under Wenger? It just doesn't seem to work. They can't do what you want, And also, you would think they would be let go as well, and that didn't happen, right? So
there was someone who wrote to Grimaldi as well.
I wonder who that individual is.
It's not somebody on this show, is it? You know, no, it's not.
Is it a guy who got a response from him? Is it a guy who got a message that personally, if it was me, I'd have felt really guilty about writing the thing in the first place. But that individual has no such guilt because he says he would have sent it again.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you know what? So, like, I mean, there's, like you said, there are things he brought into the game. Everybody has to do now if they want to keep up, right? The teams that don't, they slip, they fall, they don't produce results that
Well,
other
it's all
teams
science
do.
now.
Yeah.
It's gone completely that way, isn't it? Everything's science. You can see now it's gone from like, you know, when Wenger came in, it was the diets, the food. Obviously, they looked physically at the way they did things a bit differently. That's set regimes. They looked at more recovery. They realised how important recovery was. Mm-hmm. Not just training and physical sort of. I'm trying to think of the right word here. Not just physically, like exercising. That is important, of course, but also the recovery phase, like after a game, in between training, that was so important to keeping your muscles better and and giving them a longer life, basically. Less problems, less injuries. Brought all of that in, and also. But then we see that, but then that's just moved on to science, right? That's all become, after Wenger came, all the data analytics, all of that, where people, started putting all the GPS vests on with all the different, items that get measured, speed, position, all of this, so they can figure out exactly what's going on, where, how. It's just gone completely science crazy now, but that's. There's Wenger's time when he basically started that ball rolling.
No, for sure. The science is making it better for the athletes, but also, making it better for the athletes and better for the performances, for sure. Because nowadays they know how much running a player's been doing, and they can know whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing depending on the player, right?
Yeah, now they know everything, right? They know every little movement you have on the pitch. So much they know now about your all your data and statistics and analysis. And that's what they use now to analyze your contribution. Were you in the right position? Did you put enough work in? Were you doing the right thing at the right time? That's how they go through everything.
Yep. No, it's as you said, he was the originators of that.
Wasn't like I see BX mentoring Escobar. I remember the fascinating story with Maradona as well. With Maradona in Spain, in Italy when he went to Napoli. My God.
Do you know Spalletti, who used to manage Napoli, but he left at the end of the season? Genuinely true. They hated him so much there that they broke the ultras for Napoli, broke into his car, stole his CDs. I believe they stole his CD player. Can't remember that specifically. But they basically said, you will get them back when you leave our club. They won the title last season, as everyone knows. So then one of the ultras turned up at the club in balaclava and everything, because he announced that he was leaving after. And they made good on their promise. They gave him back all the stuff they nicked from his car to thank him for leaving and winning the title.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They didn't ask him to stay. Like, oh, you won the title for us, please. No, they still want him gone. But they're honourable ultras. They'll give you your shit back. They'll say he'll give you your shit back.
Yeah.
They're honourable. And Maradona, when he went to Napoli, the mafia, of course, were running everything. They still do probably in Napoli, though. Running everything. And they basically, because he's like a god and everything, they were so happy they knew he was going to bring success. They basically just gave him. They just said that's it. They opened his world to cocaine because he got endless amounts of cocaine for free, just as much as he ever wanted from the mafia. They just kept, as much cocaine as you ever want. Just tell us what you want, we'll give it to you. And they just gave him mountains and mountains of cocaine, all for free while he was at Napoli.
And they said,
he wondered why his life got fucked.
He said to him, "Do you also deliver to the United States?"
They did everything. They were nutters. They did everything. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Football, eh?
As a base kind of says, Maradona was just different. Was just different. You got a question, like a real question?
Genuine question.
Like a question of the show kind of question, or
just question of the show kind of question.
All right.
What have two of England's most successful clubs, Manchester United and Liverpool, never achieved in football? Both of them, Manchester United and Liverpool, what have they never achieved in football?
I assume a gold trophy?
No one's done that apart from Arsenal.
Well, that's true. That is true. But let's be fair. It's a real statistical prize, not your.
Well, they haven't won 49 in a row either.
They did end your 49 though. You didn't win 49 in a row either.
Okay, we didn't lose 49 in a row.
Let's
say that.
Did they? They both not won the FIFA World Club Cup.
Manchester United won the equivalent, the Intercontinental Cup.
So that counts?
Won it. I'm sure Liverpool won it.
Did they? Okay.
2020. I'm sure they did.
Johnson's paint trophy.
They haven't won a Tiger Trophy or an Audi Cup. So there you go. They are not that good.
That's probably true as well. But in the Star Wars Quiz Mania, the old thing that would air at 1 a.m. on ITV like 10 years ago, when you'd phone up when you're drunk and they'd ask you 10 things a woman would keep in her handbag, and it would have to be one of 10 specific things they already had listed. It was basically like ITV siphoning money off the public. And one of the answers ended up being revealed as a balaclava and R spray, let's just say. They got in so much trouble for it. It's like, who would have said that? Anyway, why would a lady's handbag have balaclava in it? Anyway, sorry. Okay, do you want to know the answer I've written down here? Right.
Yes.
They're the two most
Whoa, you haven't, yeah.
Yeah, probably that as well. Probably like that as well. It's good, but it's good.
How do you say that word without like
Rumbelows?
The Rumbelows. They were a company in England. I don't think they exist anymore.
No.
Well, if they do, it's on the catalogue circuit.
Rumbelows. All right. Here comes the answer, folks.
They're the two most successful English clubs ever, but they've never beaten Gillingham.
Oh, fuck me.
Man City have, however, thanks to George Weah.
Well, there you go. George Weah, what a player he was back in his heyday.
Wow. Yep. So there you go, folks. All right, we're coming to the end of this thing.
Yeah.
It's been a good one. There'll be football on, I guess there'll be football on Sunday. So it'll be preview. I think I'll be around, or we might have a guest host on Saturday. So it's college visit that weekend, so I might be away.
Very unprofessional, Gary. Very, very lackadaisical and unprofessional, I must say.
Doing family stuff, yeah. I know.
Yeah, the audacity.
On the family show. Yeah, we are. Yeah, your dad works for Rumbelows. There you go. See. There you go. All right, Mr. Tom.
I'm not laughing at Russ's dad.
You're right.
Was that some bland trading estate in Slough?
All right, Mr. Tom. Tell the people. Bye.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you everyone for your love and support. Actually, you know what? Actually, you know what? That's not true. You
Oh
know,
damn.
fuck
Oh damn.
y'all.
Oh
Fuck
wow.
y'all for all the things you've been saying about me during this hour and 20.
We can't hear you. What are you saying? Nobody can hear you. Turn up your mic.
Motherfucking tossers. Fucking racists. He's sitting there giving me all this kind of shit. Fucking just because of my Chinese heritage. I mean, anyway, yeah. So yeah, no, seriously, fuck you. No, seriously. Thank you for the support. Thank you for thank you for the kind
bipolar, this one.
comments and the engagement. And that's not true. That's not true, Spencer. And deep down, you know it. Their bank balances don't show that either. So it would be it would make me very joyous if you would donate some of your time tomorrow at 9 p.m. I believe that's 4 Eastern time down in Jersey. For we all love Leeds. Even if you don't, it's perfectly okay. But you might get abused by the one Leeds fan that comes in. I don't know. But the important thing is thank you for your support today. Do the things that Gary wants you to do, like share, subscribe, and all that. The Holy Trinity of YouTube. It's been a pleasure to sit with Sam and Gary and swat off all their attempted abuse. Swatting. And yeah, have a good week, everyone.
Very, very much true. Yes, everybody. Spencer says here, hit that like button. I don't think I don't think we talked about transfers, but I don't think there's been much going on for Arsenal, anyways. So not much on our side. It Leeds, not much on their side either. So, Sam, talk to the people.
Well, howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
Well, I don't think I can really say anything more than what Tom was saying, even though he sounded very bipolar. But apart from that, just hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for taking part, as always. You guys make this show part of what it is. You know who you are, everyone in the chat. Always good fun with you guys. We have a great time here every Saturday on the road trip. We try and keep this car on the road, but Tom, being the disgusting piece of shit he is, has to take over the wheel, drive us right into the ditch, try and kill us at least 3 times. He drives like a Mexican, drunk Mexican.
I do not drive like BX Gunner.
No, if BX Gunner ever gets behind the wheel, I'm not getting in that car. I'll tell you that. Bloody hell! It'd be crikey. That car will be going straight to some jungle in fucking Nicaragua, wouldn't it? That one, Jesus Christ! No way I'm getting in that car. But yeah, as you know, then we have to smack Tom around a bit and make sure he gets out of the car, drag him out, put him in the back seat, tie him down, and then we get back in the driver's seat and drive it properly again and get back on the road where we're supposed to be. And Gary blushes, but that's just what he does. But yeah, it's always good fun. And I suppose it'll be next Saturday again, hopefully with Gary. But I'm sure we can do this without Gary if he needs to do his family stuff. We've done it before, Tom and I, with some success as well, might I say. So I'm sure we can do it again. And yeah, just want to wish everyone a great Saturday and the rest of their weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which is basically loads of weird stuff. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Thank you very much.
Cool.
The championship's back next Saturday.
There you go. Championship is back, and then the next week after that, Arsenal is back, and some say the Premier League is back too, but Arsenal's back, so we'll do that. Gary is like, please don't cancel me. Yeah. Nah, they've done good. I've given YouTube the heads up, so usually it sounds like they've just turned off the filter. So we've been good. But anyways, like I said, we'll be back next week. Football is getting close. We'll I don't know if we're gonna have any more transfers for Arsenal. I would like one more in, but and like 5 or 6 out. So we'll see how that all pans out. Let's see if that happens. But as I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you guys on the next All right. See you guys. Enjoy. It's taking a long time to exit out of this thing. I can see it just spinning and spinning and spinning. Did you almost pick your nose?
Nope.
I think you did.
No, I was itching in between.
It's still spinning over here. I don't know what I did. Oh, it's having problems connecting, so let's try it again. All right.